Beyond the familiar image of Sophia as divine wisdom lies a more formidable truth. She is also the ultimate destroyer. As revealed in the Gnostic text on the origin of the world, Sophia is the cosmic force destined to dismantle the Demiurge's flawed creation, a necessary catharsis to purge the universe of its imperfections. This is not a subtle erosion, but a violent upheaval. She will cast them down into the abyss, obliterating the Archons for their wickedness, enacting a cosmic justice that shatters the Demiurge's illusory reality. The ancient texts speak of a chaotic conflagration, a consuming fire that engulfs the Demiurge in his heavens, a vision of cosmic destruction that shakes the very foundation of existence. Sophia's destructive force is not a gentle fading nor a passive surrender to cosmic entropy. It is a calculated, deliberate act of cosmic surgery, a forceful dismantling of the Demiurge's flawed architecture. This is not the quiet dissolution of a sandcastle by the tide. It is the deliberate shattering of a flawed monument, the targeted demolition of a structure built on deception and constraint. Her actions resonate with the ferocity of a natural cataclysm, a cleansing storm that sweeps away the stagnant and the corrupted. The Gnostic texts, in their stark pronouncements, paint a vivid picture of this act of destruction. She will cast them down into the abyss. These words are not mere threats, but declarations of intent, a cosmic decree enacted with unwavering resolve. They will be obliterated because of their wickedness. This is not a gradual decay, but a swift and decisive eradication, a righteous purging of those who have strayed from the divine order. Their forces will be consumed by fire. This is not a metaphorical flame, but a cosmic conflagration, a purifying inferno that leaves no trace of the Demiurge's illusory creation. Imagine a master sculptor faced with a flawed masterpiece, not merely abandoning it to crumble, but actively shattering it, pulverizing it into dust. This is the essence of Sophia's destructive power, a deliberate act of dismantling, a forceful rejection of the imperfect. Her actions are imbued by a purposeful intensity, a cosmic wrath directed towards the imperfections of the Demiurge's creation, a testament to her unwavering commitment to restoring balance and harmony to the universe. Sophia's destruction is not an arbitrary act of violence, but a precise and deliberate act of cosmic justice, a necessary purging of the Demiurge's flawed creation. The Demiurge's world, a realm of suffering and deception, is not a neutral space. It's a realm built on wickedness, a term explicitly used in Gnostic texts to describe the actions of the Archons. These beings, the Demiurge's agents, perpetuate a system of control, manipulation, and illusion, trapping humanity in a cycle of ignorance and suffering. Her destruction is a direct response to this wickedness, a righteous act of cosmic retribution. It's a necessary intervention, a forceful correction of the imbalance created by the Demiurge and his Archons. It's a moral imperative, a cosmic judgment against those who have distorted the divine order. It's like a surgeon removing a malignant tumor from a body. The procedure is invasive and even destructive, but it's a necessary act of healing, a vital step in restoring the body to health. Sophia's destruction is akin to this, a cosmic surgery that will excise the wickedness that has infected the material world. The Archons' actions, their manipulations of human perception, their perpetuation of suffering, are not mere errors. They are moral transgressions, violations of the divine order. They have abused their power, distorted the truth, and enslaved humanity to their illusory reality. Sophia's destruction is a direct response to those transgressions, a powerful assertion of cosmic justice. It's a declaration that wickedness will not be tolerated, that the divine order will be restored. It's a moral reckoning, a judgment against those who have strayed from the path of true gnosis. Sophia's destructive act is not a final apocalyptic event, but a vital part of a larger ongoing cycle of cosmic destruction and renewal. It's a necessary phase in the grand journey back to the pleroma. To understand her role, we must embrace the idea that destruction is not the end, but a crucial prelude to a new beginning. Consider the natural world where cycles of death and rebirth are essential for life to flourish. Forests burn, but from the ashes new growth emerges. Rivers flood, but the fertile silt they leave behind nourishes the land. Sophia's destruction operates on a similar principle, a cosmic cleansing that clears the way for a new purified reality. The Demiurge's creation with its inherent flaws and illusions is a stagnant realm, a cosmic dead end. It traps the divine sparks within a cycle of suffering and ignorance, preventing them from returning to their true home. Sophia's destruction shatters this stagnant reality, breaking the chains that bind humanity to the material world. This destructive phase is not an act of malice, but an act of liberation. It's a necessary step in the cosmic journey, a purging of the impurities that prevent the divine sparks from ascending to the pleroma. The destruction of the Demiurge's creation is not a final judgment, but a necessary transition. It's a clearing of the debris, a preparation for the new dawn. From the ashes of the old world, a new purified reality will emerge, a realm where the divine sparks can finally find their way home. This cycle of destruction and renewal is a fundamental principle of Gnostic cosmology. It reflects the understanding that true transformation requires the dismantling of the old, the shedding of the false self, and the embracing of the new. Sophia, in her role as destroyer, is an essential agent of this transformation, a force that guides the universe towards its ultimate destiny. Sophia's destructive role resonates deeply within the Jungian archetype of the Great Mother. In her destructive form, also known as the Terrible Mother or the Devouring Mother, this archetype represents the shadow side of the feminine, the inherent duality of the life-giving force, which also possesses the power to take away. In Jungian psychology, the Great Mother archetype embodies the nurturing, life-giving aspects of the feminine. However, she also has a shadow side, a destructive aspect that represents the primal forces of nature, the inevitable cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. This destructive aspect is not inherently evil, but a necessary part of the natural order. Sophia, in her role as destroyer, embodies this Terrible Mother archetype. She is not merely a passive force of nature, but an active agent of destruction, a force that will dismantle the Demiurge's flawed creation. Her actions are not driven by malice, but by a deep understanding of the cosmic order, a recognition that destruction is a necessary part of renewal. The Great Mother in her destructive form represents the primal forces of the unconscious, the hidden depths of the psyche that can both nurture and destroy. She embodies the power of the shadow self, the aspects of ourselves that we often repress or deny. Sophia's destructive aspect, therefore, can be seen as a symbol of the confrontation within the shadow self, the necessary process of facing our fears and limitations. It's a recognition that true wholeness requires the integration of both the light and the dark aspects of our being. Furthermore, the Terrible Mother archetype represents the force that can reclaim what has been given, a necessary aspect of the natural order. Sophia's reclaiming of the divine sparks and the destruction of the false reality is a reclaiming of what was originally hers. Sophia's destruction, while appearing as a force of annihilation, is ultimately an act of profound liberation. It's the key to freeing the divine sparks, the remnants of true divinity that are trapped within the Demiurge's illusory creation. The material world, as crafted by the Demiurge, is a prison, a realm designed to keep these divine sparks bound to its limitations. It's a system of illusions, distractions, and suffering designed to keep humanity from recognizing its true nature and its connection to the pleroma. Sophia's destruction is a shattering of these chains, the breaking down of these walls. It's a cosmic jailbreak, a liberation of the highest order. The destruction she brings is not a force of oppression, but a force of release. Sophia's destruction is a removal of the layers of illusion, the debris of the Demiurge's creation to reveal the divine sparks that lie beneath. The divine sparks trapped within the material world are yearning for liberation, for a return to their true home. They are sparks of light, embers of the pleroma, imprisoned in a realm of darkness and illusion. Sophia's destructive power is the key to their release. It's the force that shatters the illusions, dismantles the false reality, and clears the path for their ascent. It's a cosmic midwife, assisting in the rebirth of these divine fragments. Sophia's destructive power, as a manifestation of the Terrible Mother archetype, serves as a potent symbol for the Jungian concept of the shadow self. The shadow self represents the repressed aspects of our personality, the hidden fears, desires, and impulses that we often deny or project onto others. Just as Sophia dismantles the Demiurge's flawed creation, we must confront and integrate our shadow selves to achieve true wholeness. This process is not a comfortable one. It involves facing the darkness within, acknowledging the aspects of ourselves that we find unsettling or unacceptable. The Demiurge's creation, with its illusions and distortions, can be seen as a projection of our collective shadow, the manifestation of our repressed fears and desires. Sophia's destructive power acts as a mirror, reflecting back to us the shadow aspects that we must confront. This confrontation is not about condemning or destroying the shadow, but about integrating it into our conscious awareness. It's about recognizing that the shadow is not inherently evil, but an essential part of our being, a source of untapped potential. Sophia's destructive force therefore symbolizes the necessary dismantling of the ego's defenses, the breaking down of the walls that separate us from our shadow selves. It's a journey into the depths of the unconscious, a descent into the darkness that we must undertake to find our true selves. This descent is not without its challenges. It involves facing our fears, confronting our demons, and acknowledging the aspects of ourselves that we have long denied. It's a process of shedding illusions, of stripping away the masks we wear to protect ourselves from the pain of reality. However, this confrontation is essential for individuation, for the attainment of wholeness. By integrating our shadow selves, we reclaim the lost aspects of our personality, the hidden potentials that have been buried beneath layers of repression. Sophia's destruction in this context is not a force of annihilation, but a force of transformation. It's a catalyst for self-discovery, a guide on the journey towards wholeness. It's a reminder that true liberation requires the integration of both the light and the dark aspects of our being, the acceptance of the shadow self as an integral part of our totality. The act of confronting the shadow is a reclaiming of power, a movement away from the false safety of denial and into the raw, authentic self.